I bought this broken M1 Macbook Air for $100 on Facebook Marketplace. It has a broken screen and a missing arrow key, and today I'm gonna fix it. The first step, as always, is to unscrew the bottom cover, and once I'm inside, I'll unplug the battery connector. The only way to fix a broken key on modern Macs is to buy a new bottom case and replace the entire keyboard. I bought a new bottom case off of eBay, but I have to take the motherboard out of the old case and transfer it into the new one before I replace the broken screen. I'll get started on removing the motherboard by unscrewing the cover for the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth antenna and disconnecting the cables underneath. Then I'll do the same for the USB-C ports and trackpad cable. There is a tiny connector holding in the left speaker, which I'll unplug, and after that we can remove the cover for the LCD and unplug the cable. The final connector is the audio board cable, which is on the other side of the motherboard. With all of the connectors unplugged, we can unscrew the screws for the motherboard and lift it out of place. With the motherboard out of the old case, I can slide it into the new bottom casing. Then I'll screw in the motherboard and plug all the connectors back in. With all the connectors secured, I turn on the Mac to test the keyboard. I noticed that the spacebar felt a little mushy and was sometimes missing key presses, so I removed the keycap and cleaned under it with a brush and some isopropyl alcohol. The spacebar was working great after I cleaned it, so we can turn our attention to the broken display. I start by unplugging the LCD cable and prying up on the lightly adhered antenna bar. Then I can unscrew all but one of the display screws and hang the Mac over the edge of a table. After that, I unscrew the last two hinge screws and remove the broken display. With the old display out of the way, I can unbox the new display and install it into the new case. Once the hinges are aligned, I screw in the hinge screws and test the new display. And thankfully, it works. The last thing I have to swap is the Touch ID button, since these are paired to the logic board. I'll unscrew the audio board and wiggle it out. Then I'll unscrew these 6 tiny screws holding in this bracket before I pop the Touch ID sensor out and put the new one back in. After the button is secure, I can nudge the bracket back into place and screw it back in. Then I can screw in the audio board and reconnect the connectors for the motherboard, speaker, and Touch ID sensor. Now it's time for finishing touches. I screw in the antenna and go around securing covers for the various connectors on the motherboard. And lastly, I can plug in the battery connector and put the bottom cover back on. Once that's done, I turn the Mac on and pair the display and repair assistant. And after all of that, we now have a fully functional M1 MacBook Air.